Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to my channel. Not welcome back, welcome. This is a new channel. So excited to be starting this channel and so excited to be starting off the year with all of you. It is January 3rd when I am recording this vlog. I am going to be having a backlog of vlogs, so you're going to see them not in real time. They're going to be a couple of weeks delayed, which I think is for the best, so that way I can maintain consistent content for all of you. So I'm going to be doing my makeup while I kind of tell you my game plan for the week and also just like what's going on. Hopefully I can do that all before my camera battery dies because it's already low. Starting things off strong. So I actually just got back into town yesterday from New Orleans. I went for the Sugar Bowl to see the University of Texas play against the Huskies for the college football playoff. I'm a huge college football fan, which I don't think I talk about a ton, but we lost, which is kind of a bummer. I didn't really expect us to win, but I'm really glad that I got to do that and like start my year off right despite us losing. I don't find that a bad omen for the year. It was just a really fun time to hang out with my family to kind of start off the year, but I feel like I'm a little bit out of sorts now because I didn't start the year off at home in the way that I traditionally do, which is like setting up my planner and kind of planning my goals for the year and just doing all of those like typical, I guess, New Year's things. So I feel like I'm kind of getting a late start, but there's no such thing as a late start, right? Like we all get to do things in our own time, but that's kind of what this week is going to be and kind of what this vlog is going to be. Is just me, I don't want to say getting my life together, but setting myself up for success for the new year. I do feel like, generally speaking, my outlook for this year is so different than in the past, and I feel really happy and proud about that. I feel like every year I put together this list of extremely wild goals, a lot of which are like health and fitness related, and this year I don't have any of that. I don't have any health and fitness related goals. The only thing that I'm trying to do this year is to take care of myself and to succeed professionally. Like I have so many things I want to do. Haden and I are starting a podcast, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. I have this channel that I'm starting. I have a planner channel that I'd like to kind of revive. I've got my regular channel that I'm trying to do big things with. So the majority of the things I'm trying to do this year are just like more of what makes me happy and more of the professional things, since I no longer have a full-time job and this is like my full-time job. So it's nice. Like I want to get back to doing the things that I need to do. I want to kind of refresh and restart for this year, but I also like taking it easy at the same time. Like I'm not trying to run myself ragged, trying to like reset for the new year. You know what I mean? That being said, I've got my list of to-dos open and I thought I could kind of walk you through what my game plan is for the week and or just for the next few days, because today's Wednesday and these vlogs typically go from Monday to Sunday. So biggest thing is take Christmas decor down. I usually do it before the first of the year. I wasn't here around the first, so I need to do that this week. I just really don't like having my decor out past that time. I like to start my year really fresh and my house be really clean. So that is something I would like to do this weekend. Specifically, I also want to film a couple of videos, like a planner video, planner setup specifically, so I can use my planner. I also want to film my goals video for my main channel. I also really want to read Love Redesigned. It's for a video that I'm doing. That video is actually not going to be a reading vlog. So I have a lot of fun romances to read and I'll probably be reading them here on this channel rather than my main channel because the main channel video is going to be like a sit down. So I like to read that. And then I also have just some like overall planning stuff to do. I need to post some things to my Patreon, like our monthly book club pics, make a graphic for that particular thing. I need to take some pics for social media. I really would like new pictures for my profiles for this channel and then also for my main channel, that sort of thing. So I feel like I've just been writing with pictures I've had for a while. Some new refresh pictures. And then I also want to plan for my podcast, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Only other thing I really wanted to mention is like a health related update, and hopefully I'll be able to get all of that out in the next few minutes, but we're doing an embryo transfer this month, which I have been fairly public about. I haven't known what exactly I wanted to share about that and if I wanted to document in real time that process, but since these vlogs are a couple of weeks in the past and I also don't necessarily have to confirm a pregnancy right away if I do get pregnant, I feel like I'm just going to take you along the process with me in the weekly vlogs just because it's not as intense as an egg retrieval. I'm not going to be injecting myself with anything, so I figure I'm just going to share that stuff in these vlogs. But things have been a little bit weird. I have been on hormonal birth control for the past few weeks to kind of like, I guess, keep myself in the certain part of my cycle that I need to be in to start the transfer process. And I've been spotting the entire time, which has not been my favorite. It's basically been 10 weeks of spotting. And then on the first, I started like heavily bleeding, like a regular kind of period. And I got really confused because I didn't discontinue birth control. I didn't take it at like a different time of day. I just messaged my clinic today and they were like, that's fine. You were supposed to stop taking it today anyway. So just like, don't take it tonight and then come in on Monday. It just feels so real, I guess. I'm excited to not be on birth control anymore. Hopefully I'll never have to do that again. I'm gonna advocate for myself for the next transfer if this one doesn't work because I just really hate it. But it's insane to me that we're like getting started on this process and that I might be pregnant at the end of the month, which is, I don't know, I'm just trying to like wrap my head around that. I'm also trying like not to get my hopes up in a sense. And I feel like that actually kind of works well with what I was talking about kind of a few minutes ago, is that I'm so excited for my professional goals this year and for all of the content that I want to create that if this doesn't work out, I don't think I'm going to be that gutted. Like I'm sure I will be sad. But in some ways, I think, you know, if it doesn't work out, I can use it to my advantage and just, you know, spend the majority of the year really working on all the stuff I want to do for YouTube and putting out content for y'all. Because like I was saying in one of my vlogs on my other channel, I just feel really content with my life. I just want to make it even more full and rich. And I'm sure a child will make my life feel even better, but I feel fulfilled right now. And I feel so good being able to say that. So emotionally kind of in a weird place. I feel like I'm a little bit anxious because I just got the email from my clinic about, you know, discontinuing birth control and going in for that baseline appointment on Monday. Yeah, I'm trying to just like remain calm. I guess prepare myself for the period cramps that are about to come, as if I haven't been experiencing cramps over the past couple of days, but sure it'll get more intense as I'm not taking any birth control. I just hope everything looks good. I think that's another thing I'm a little nervous about, is just because I have been bleeding even on the pill. I'm like, oh, I'm hoping that like my uterine lining still looks okay, you know, when I go in for my baseline. So this has been an all over the place update, but you know what? That's what you can come to expect from me and this channel. As if you didn't already expect that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup. The game plan for today, I really don't know. I'm kind of thinking I want to film like a planner setup video today so that I can actually write my planner and kind of get the rest of my day planned. And maybe I'll start in on Love Redesigned. I got a couple of pages in a few days ago and I am liking it, so I would like to read some more of that today. Especially if I'm crampy, like all I want to do is get in bed. Also, the weather outside is so fugly, which is not helping my mood. So I think I just want to like take it easy, but like also kind of get some shit done. So anyway, I will be back, hopefully looking a little bit less scary. Hello, bestie friends. It is Thursday? Yes. I was feeling a little bit weird yesterday. I think I told y'all, like mentally feeling a little bit weird, like a little bit anxious, which here's the thing. Anxiety is a real son of a bitch. It's not something that I often experience unless I'm like undergoing medical treatment. And you know, since she's dealing with infertility, I am constantly undergoing medical treatment. That's something that I feel like I really need to get under control this year because I don't want to live my life like this. It's like the kind of debilitating anxiety that makes it impossible for you to get other things done. Like sometimes I can be anxious about something and like still get other things in my life done, but if it's medical anxiety, ooh, I just kind of like sit and I do nothing. I did actually do some stuff yesterday, which I'm going to talk to you about, but God, I need to get that under control. That's like probably the highest thing on my list, is to figure out a way to like carry on when there's uncertainty in my life. Yesterday, I told you I was going to read Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I didn't end up picking that one up, but I picked up a couple of other books instead for like various, again, videos that I'm doing. The first one that I picked up was The Blonde Identity by Allie Carter. Only got like 13% of the way into this one. I feel like the premise of it is a little bit goofy. Essentially, the heroine of the story wakes up with amnesia like in an alleyway in Paris, and she, I guess, is being hunted because people think that she is her twin sister. So I guess her twin sister's a spy or something like that. This guy ends up finding her heroine in the alley and is like, oh, I know you're not that girl. I guess they have a relationship. I don't really know. I don't like know what his position is or like what he does. I'll get further into the book and let you know, but like 13% of the way into that one. I think I got like 40% of the way into Checkmate though. Yeah, 37% of the way into Checkmate by Allie Hazelwood. Probably not something I would have picked up on my own because it is young adult, but so many of y'all have told me that this was good. I don't want to say despite being YA, but like good even if you don't typically read YA. And I have to agree, this definitely reads as like kind of mature YA. It's in the upper kind of like age bracket there. The heroine's 18. I think the hero might be like 19, and the heroine is sexually active, which, I mean, it's not like graphically shown on page, but it's talked about, which I think is actually kind of nice. I think that needs to be talked about more in young adult books because, I don't know, I'm not saying you need to have explicit graphic smut in YA. I'm definitely not saying that, but it can be nice to have healthy representation of sexuality on page. Anyway, that being said, I don't remember the name of the heroine in this book, but she played chess when she was younger. Now she's no longer playing, and she is working at a garage post-graduation to kind of like help support her two younger sisters and her mom. Her mom has arthritis. Her mom used to like have a full-time job and be married, but the dad left, and now the mom has, again, this like debilitating arthritis, which makes it hard for her to work. Now our heroine really feels like her family is like on her shoulders, even though her mom's not like encouraging her to do this necessarily. It's just kind of like a necessity. It's fired from her job and is offered essentially a fellowship where she will just play chess. Like she'll play in chess tournaments and she'll end up earning quite a bit of money for this. She's not going to college. Like I said, did I say that? She was working at the garage post-graduation because she didn't think she was going to go to college, even though she's like pretty academically minded. Anyway, she's playing chess and she ends up playing a match against a chess prodigy, like a really famous chess guy who's like really sexy and hot. Like comes to her house and is like, hey, will you play some more chess with me? Like really impressed by like how smart you are and stuff. And I don't know. It's really charming. I'm not doing this book justice, but like I am really enjoying this. I'm liking this in some ways more than Allie Hazelwood's adult books because of the focus on family. Not that Allie doesn't include that stuff in her other romances, but I feel like it's more prevalent here. And I'm just finding that is one of my biggest, not gripes about romance, because there's nothing wrong with having the romance be at the center of a romance, duh, but really, especially for romances written for a younger age demographic, new adult books or young adult books, I really feel like family relationships are so important to include. It's something that I look for. I definitely want to see that included. I also want to see people thinking about their future and their dreams and stuff, because I feel like that's so relevant to that age group. Not that it's not relevant in your 30s and 40s too, but I just especially like to see that. I definitely want to finish this one today. I just feel like I've been in such a reading mood after finishing Manacled. Did I say that yesterday? Read Manacled for a vlog that I really want to post soon. I don't know when I'm posting it though. It's my reading your best books video. I read Manacled for that. I actually read that. It was the last book that I read before New Year's. I finished it at like 11:30 on New Year's Eve, and that really got me in the mood to read more books. But that being said, I just feel like the physical books I've been picking up haven't been my favorite, and this audiobook is really doing it for me, so I'm just gonna like embrace that. And I kind of feel like unintentionally creating this channel is going to make it to where I am able to just indulge of my love of reading again. I mean, like making changes on my main channel for that as well, which is really nice. I'm getting to like satisfy the two sides of my brain, the side that like really likes planning and making really creative videos like on my main channel, and then the side of me that like just wants to pick up whatever I want to read whenever I want to read it. This channel is definitely for that. So anyway, loving that. I didn't tell you where we are. I am at HEB. I'm in the car. Hayden is inside shopping for our groceries. I put together our grocery list for the week. I will insert some b-roll of the Notion board that I ended up paying for. Like this template, it is kind of life-changing, and I'm so excited to use it going into 2024. That's something that's just so important to me. I think this year is finding ways to simplify and streamline my life. I was also working on that earlier today, not necessarily this Notion board, but my like TBR Notion board. I just want everything to run really easily to where I'm not having to do a lot of like maintenance behind the scenes to be able to run my life. One of the biggest problems I think in my life in the past has been trying to find recipes for us, and having our like favorite recipes already loaded into this Notion board and being able to like drag and drop stuff and it create the grocery list has been so nice. I know you can do this like with a randomizer sort of like Excel spreadsheet, but I love the visual aspect of this. It was like a pay what you want sort of thing, so I only paid $5 for this. I have it forever and I could just add to it as we go. That's kind of my goal, is to use the Notion template as like a repository for all the stuff we love and then just keep adding to it as we like try new recipes. So mostly using the Notion board, but also like a couple new recipes each week. So Hayden's grocery shopping, and it was just so nice using that and not having to like really try to like pick my own brain on like what we enjoy. So I compiled everything, even recipes from like cookbooks we enjoy. So yeah, Hayden grocery shopping. I'm sitting here and I actually think after I am not on camera anymore, I'm going to listen to that audiobook, and then when I get home I'm going to be doing a little bit of like an impromptu sprints / productivity sort of situation. If you don't have me on Patreon, if you are not a subscriber, I get it, but I do a lot of like hangouts and stuff. Yeah, I'm just excited to like hang out with my friends and you know, talk books and also get some stuff done. I'm trying to basically transfer everything from my notes app that is book related to my Notion board. I have really created a template that like works for me and has all the relevant information for a book, where I'm getting the book, publication date of the book, what video this book is going to go to. I think in the past I've had a lot of stuff in my notes app, videos that I'm going to do at the end of the year, and I haven't known what to do with that information. Like it feels silly to put it in a Notion board not linked to a particular video post date, but I'm literally just transferring everything. That's sort of what my day looks like. I don't have any grand plans in terms of like house stuff. I'm kind of gonna do that on the weekend, I think. Mostly like the Christmas decor takedown and that sort of thing. I really wanted to get my like planner set up today, but I just have not had the energy to get my setup out. I used to have this like arm that was sitting on my desk that I could just attach my camera to and film my planner videos, but since I do those not super frequently anymore, I'm kind of like, it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to keep that out all the time, and I gotta reset it up. And anyway, so I'll probably do that like tomorrow or something. Hey, it is 8:13 p.m. This is like a different angle. I don't think I ever film from this angle, but that's because I have two chairs in my office now. I ended up moving the chair that was up here, my like comfy reading chair that I film all my videos in. Not all my videos, but you know what I mean. I moved that one down into our living room, and I bought a duplicate of the chair that was in our living room, and I moved them up here. So now I have two chairs. It's like a very cozy setup, and as you might notice, there is an arm right there for podcasting. So I figured I could talk about that, and then also about Check and Mate, because I finished it and it was cute. I think I'm gonna give that one 4 stars. I thought it was really cute, although I don't know if I would consider this young adult, and it's not because there's sex in it or sex is heavily talked about. I just feel like thematically it felt more like an adult / new adult book, and that's not a bad thing. I feel like new adult in a traditionally published sense doesn't really have a place in a bookstore, which is disappointing, but I don't know, I have mixed feelings because it's like Like, I think I'm glad this book exists. Does it belong in YA? I don't know. Debatable. Like, again, glad that sexuality is talked about, but also Mallory and Nolan, those are the two main characters, finally figured out their name. I really liked their relationship. I loved how Chess was discussed. Why is Chess sexy? Like, between this and Queen's Gambit, I feel like Chess has like had a resurgence and like a sexiness to it. And maybe, was she inspired by Queen's Gambit? I don't know. But I really liked seeing Mallory over the course of the story finding confidence within herself and accepting that she isn't in control of everything. She's not in control of her family, everything around her, but like she can control how she reacts to things. And I don't know, I liked the messaging. I thought it was really sweet. The only thing I feel like is that, okay, maybe this does make it more YA, I'm not sure. I feel like the romance wasn't completely satisfactory near the end. I wanted there to be more of like a, I don't want to say a culmination after that third act conflict, but like I wanted there to be more of a like happily ever after moment, but it's fine. I don't know. It was cute. It was a cute book. I don't feel like I have much to say about it really, but like if you want to read it, pick it up. In my Goodreads review, I said that this one felt a little bit less fanficky than Allie's other stuff, and I do stand by that. I do think that's true, so I liked it. Anyway, we talk about the podcast, shall we? Let's do it. I am so stupid. Am I brilliant? I don't know. I've been wanting to do a podcast with Haden forever. We always talk about it, but I was like just hesitant to bite the bullet on equipment for something that we haven't even tried yet and something that's like unproven, right? But I feel like we've been doing the Dumb Bitch Book Club for so long at this point, which is essentially like a podcast. You know, we like read a book, we talk about it, that I wanted to create something like that with him. I thought it would be fun. I just thought it would be fun, frankly. And part of me was like really scratching my head and really debating whether I should add another thing to my docket, because like my main priorities are obviously my main channel and then this vlog channel. And I just have to follow your dreams, I feel like. And also I like the potential of a podcast when it comes to having a baby, right? I think it would be easier to maintain a podcast than it would really intense videos for like other channels. Anyway, why not now? You know what I mean? If not now, then when? Let's just start it. Let's get it going. So the name of our podcast is Pain in the Neck, and it is a vampire centric podcast. I'm so excited about it. Like we threw around a lot of ideas, and really what we landed on was that we wanted something that was media based for sure. We didn't want to give like advice or react to things necessarily. Like, you know, am I the asshole? We didn't want to do that kind of like content, but we didn't want to be stuck with just reading books, because as much as we both love reading, trying to get through like an adult fantasy novel, which was what a lot of you suggested, would have been too challenging, I think, and not sustainable for us, because we want to do weekly podcast episodes. So reading like a Brandon Sanderson in a week, it's not going to work for either of us. We like this idea. Basically, the gist, the pitch is that we're going to discuss all things vampires. So television, movies, books, you name it, we'll talk about it. I am still trying to sort of like suss out what we want a season of the show to look like and kind of how we should go about doing it, since we're doing so many different media types and since we want to talk about so many different things. Down also to do like episodes generally talking about vampires and like lore and stuff like that. But if we talk about the Vampire Diaries, do we need to talk about like an entire season back to back, like all of the episodes? Or can we talk about like season 1, episode 1, and then move on to a vampire book and then back to it later? I don't know. I guess leave comments what your ideal would be. We definitely have some media that we're excited to talk about, and I'm just excited to do it with him because, I don't know, we can talk, obviously. I mean, like, and we can talk, so I'm very much looking forward to it. That's gonna come probably in like February. We have the equipment, and we're gonna do some like testing and stuff of the equipment first, because I've never used a sound mixer. He has experience with it since he's a musician, but just be interested to see how it goes. And if this is successful, if we like this, we might make more podcasts in the future because we have the equipment. It'll just be nice to do. So I have like the setup here. I ordered a sign with our podcast art that's gonna like go in the background, and I'm gonna reorganize my bookshelves here in the next like week or two. I was gonna do it anyway, but now I'm like, I think the background like directly behind me is gonna be red and black books. Like I just think it's gonna look so nice. So many thoughts and obviously so many exciting plans for the new year, but I'm trying to execute everything well and not just like say I'm doing stuff and not do it, because I feel like it's so tempting when you're a creative person to like do as many things as possible, but it's all in the execution, right? You can't just say you're gonna do things and not do them. So podcast, it's happening. What's also happening is rain outside. I'm glad it's like finally raining. It's been so ugly out all day, and then there's just been no rain. Here's my thing. It needs to be rainy or it needs to be sunny. Those are my two options. You know what I mean? Like I can't just have gray skies. It's not the vibe. What is the vibe though? Is taking a bath and washing my hair, which is what I desperately need to do. My hair looks so limp and disgusting. Tomorrow, I don't know what the plan is, but I think I might do some like cleanup and reorganization around the house and also do some more planning and stuff like that. I know I said I was going to read that Allie Carter book, and I probably will, but I have another book due back to my library tomorrow at 3 p.m. So I'm reading Dragged to the Wedding by Andrew Gray. It's one of the books that was Amazon's like best romances of the year. There's 20 of them, and I'm going to do a video where I kind of compare the lists. They're very different. I would say there's some overlap obviously, but I would say Amazon's list is a little bit more diverse and has titles I've never heard of. So I wanted to kind of review those books and just like kind of compare, I don't know, just the list. I'll figure figure it out once I'm done reading the books, but Art to the Wedding's pretty interesting. I can't remember our main character's name. Maybe it's James or something like that, but he is going back to his family's house in Montana for his sister's wedding. They don't know that he's gay, so he needs to bring a date, a female date. One of his friends hooks him up with a drag queen who is going to pretend to be a woman for this event. She's not going to be dressed up in drag. She's just going to dress up as a lady and I guess go as the date. Daniel is his out of drag name. Daniel is going to save the day of the wedding because it seems like the wedding's going to be a disaster. I don't know. The writing is not great. I think that was the review. One of the reviews I saw said the writing wasn't great. I have to agree. It feels very surface level. Like it doesn't feel like I'm really getting the emotions of our main character, understanding their motivations as to why it's really important to bring a date to this wedding. Like, does it really matter? I don't know. I'm not being convinced, I guess. Or I'm kind of like about it, but I do have other things to read. I was, again, kind of like adding the books from my notes app to Notion, and I was looking at the books that are published in January or that have already been published this month, and then also looking at books that I could check out that were already available. So I have other things I can read. I don't know if I'm going to read these in this video, but I will be reading them probably in upcoming vlogs. I have Pachinko, Born a Crime, I have Big Little Lies, I have The Goldfinch, I have The Girl on the Train, Lives of Puppets, and The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter. So quite the fucking spectrum. We've got mystery thriller, we've got like kind of a fantasy or is it sci-fi book, we've got literary fiction, another mystery thriller, memoir, historical fiction. We've got a lot of different things going on, but I'm excited. Like, I'm excited to just experiment with different genres. I don't know if I've reiterated that enough. Like, I'm going to talk about it in my goals video for 2024, but I just really want to push myself this year to read things that are totally outside of my comfort zone. And I think in the past, I just haven't really been willing to do that. And I think that you should do what you want. If your reading is just for pleasure and you don't want to think critically, or you just have no desire to branch out of your preferred genre, that is fucking fine. And I'm never going to tell you otherwise. And I have been comfortable with that for the past couple of years. I've loved just like living in this romance space, but I just felt myself getting a little bit bored last year. And I was like, I feel like I need to branch out a little bit. I can appreciate romance more when I'm reading other genres too, to contrast it. So this year is going to be the year of me reading all kinds of different shit and just like, I don't know, finding some new favorites. I'm very excited about it. A lot of the list videos I'm reading for are not romance lists. So I mean, they're still romance lists. I think there's like 2 or 3, but there's a couple that are just like general fiction and memoirs and nonfiction. I know there's a lot of stuff and I'm excited about it. I came down here to film because I still have my tree up, obviously. I'm just in very much a cozy mood. Of course, I picked the one time that the trash truck is out. I wanted to check in because I have been reading like crazy, and I also redid my nails. I feel like you can't really tell. Oh, maybe you can in this light? I don't know. Well, you can see the cat hair for sure, but they're this like kind of sparkly purpley color. I really like it. I think it looks cute and I feel very fancy. I wanted to do something that would like make me feel good, especially since I have that appointment on Monday. I think for me, it's really just like fear of the unknown and just like not knowing if I am going to be like approved for what I have to do. I'm also a little bit irritated because I have to pay for my cycle up front, which is like totally fine. Irritating, obviously, but like fine. And I just was never sent the links. I asked for them yesterday, or was it Wednesday? I asked on Wednesday for the links. I didn't get them. I got a link for one of the like 4 or 5 things I need to pay for. And then I called today and was like inquiring. I also talked to someone on the phone and it's just a whole thing. So I'm like a little bit irritated, but I'm also just trying to like get stuff done. And you know what? I think I didn't let my anxiety win today. So I'm proud of that because I listened to an audiobook while I was doing my nails. And I also decided to DNF in other audiobooks. Like we're reading, we're doing things. I DNF'd Drag to the Wedding. I'm kind of disappointed because I was really looking forward to reading a queer romance that was like, I don't want to say nominated for something, but like it was part of the Amazon's best books of 2023 for romance. And I was excited about it, but I really felt like the writing was just like not it. It was very, I don't even want to say bland. It just like wasn't really keeping me entertained. I really didn't like the audio narration. Like it really didn't help the fact that the writing was like not great. So yeah, I cut my losses at like the 20 or 30% mark and I feel okay about that. I unfortunately did finish The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter. I gave this one 2 stars. I just wasn't very impressed. And I feel like the problem is that if you have a character with amnesia, it's not gonna like make for a successful romance, because how is someone supposed to show someone else who they are and like fall into this like deep romantic entanglement when they don't even know who they are themselves? You know what I mean? Like the story is about Zoe, and she is like awakened on the streets of Paris by this guy she doesn't know who's trying to like save her life, and they end up on this like cruise together, like as a part of their running away. They have to pretend to be newlyweds, and like all these things should be fun, but I think all of this would have been much more fun had she known who she was the entire time. There was really no reason for her to have amnesia, I don't think, and it just made it to where they couldn't really connect. I also don't feel like there were very many like slow moments for them to actually get to know each other, and I feel like even in in some like really fast-paced books that I've read or like fantasies, romances can still flourish if the author takes just a little bit of time to get us to understand why the characters should connect. And in this one, I just like didn't really understand it beyond him like thinking her tits were hot. So it wasn't my favorite. I feel like a lot of people didn't love this one, which is disappointing. I don't know. I haven't read any other books by this author. I know that she has like a lot of YA series that people enjoy, but I don't have an attachment to her stuff. So like, I don't know. Maybe if you do, you would like this one more. But again, I saw like reviews from people who liked her stuff and didn't like this one. So I did also pick up yesterday Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, and I'm like 8 or 9% into that one. Maybe I'll pick that one up in a little bit. I've been kind of nursing a fucking terrible headache. I think it's probably like a hormonal thing, like since I'm not taking birth control anymore. I stopped a couple of days ago. I've been kind of having headaches and like cramps, obviously, but I did start that one. I feel like I'm on a roll with my reading and I feel really good about it, which is why this vlog has been so reading heavy. And I was also able to film my goals video for 2024, which was like kind of a hot mess, but I did do it. I uploaded that, got all that done. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing stuff and I'm kind of proud of it. I feel like this has been like a good accountability thing for me, like vlogging while I get stuff done. I still have more to do, but I'm feeling good about this week. The only other things that like I really need to get done are like taking Christmas decor down, which I'm going to do tomorrow, set up my planner, and then take some pics for social media. It's actually sunny today, which is really nice. I probably could have taken advantage of that and like taken some headshots for my channel, but it didn't happen. And I'm also in sweats. Like I really don't want to change. So I don't know. I also don't really know like what our plan is for the rest of the day. I feel like the past few days have been a little like, I don't want to say fugue statey, but I just don't feel like we're like in the swing of things just because of how weird this week has been. Maybe dinner at home, maybe dinner out, who knows? The world's our oyster. I'm kind of in the mood to like do something fun, like go sit down somewhere. We did technically factor that into our meal plans for the week. So I'll take y'all with us if we do decide to do anything fun. Hello friends. I just wanted to say, hey, we are out when it is not dark yet because my head fucking hurts, which I told y'all already. And I needed a Coke to help me. And guess what? It's not doing much. So
not yet.
1 point caffeine, 0 points for Chandler's headache, but it's okay. I wish I had something exciting to tell you, but I have been doing jack shit since we last talked. I think when we get home, I'm gonna read something. I don't know if it's gonna be with my eyes or my ears, but something will be getting read for sure. Something romantic. Actually, maybe not, because I did just start Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty, which is one of the most popular books of the decade. And I tried to read it a little while ago, got 10% in, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And I still don't know if it's for me, but I'm going to give it another try.
What's it about? What kind of book is it?
It's a mystery thriller, kind of domestic-y, different women and shit like that. There's a whole show on HBO about it.
Wait, what's it called?
Big Little Lies, like Reese Witherspoon.
Not Pretty Little Liar?
Pretty Little Liars is a teenage television program, yes.
No, not related.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
A lot of little lies.
A lot. No big lies. Well,
big little lies.
Do you have anything exciting you want to tell people? Anything that's really just lighting you up, you know? Everybody loves Haden, and so I wanted to get him in on this.
Not really. I have officially read everything except for one short story in the Cosmere, so that's a pretty big success. And I have moved on to a different series. I'm going to come back and finish the one. I haven't read Dawn Shard, but I'll read that eventually. Huh?
It's not a book. It's like novellas or some shit.
No, it's just like one like short story.
Yeah. It doesn't count.
No, but it is canon though. It's not like unrelated. So
if there's one thing I don't give, it is a good goddamn about short stories and novellas. Like even if I'm reading a series, like I don't care. You're not gonna catch me reading that Frost and Starlight bullshit from Miss Sarah J. Ain't happening.
Like them a lot specifically when they provide extra context on like a larger series. Like I really enjoyed the collection of short stories for The Expanse. Mm-hmm. That was incredible. It gave you like, there was one that gave like really good backstory on one of the main characters that you really don't get any backstory on throughout the whole series. And then like a couple of stories kind of following some of the characters after the fact that like were left earlier in the series, and you're just like, oh, I wonder what happened with them or something like that. They were just all really good. But
whatever you say.
I started reading The Gentleman Bastards.
Yeah,
started reading Lies of Locke Lamora.
And I realized I have read it and own the audiobook, so Hayden got to not use one of his Audible credits.
Yeah, really happy about that. It's been really fun so far. I was telling Chandler that it kind of reminds me, and I mean this in like the best possible way, it reminds me of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like, it's just very, like, jaunty and fun, and there's a lot of, like, little witty, fun wordplay in it, too. Like, the characters are just all really fun.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. It's been a good time.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to, branching out a little bit and like reading some different genres this year.
Same. I think I'm going to end up reading some more like mystery thriller. No, not that one, hopefully. Well, I mean, I know that I will end up reading more romance, but not by choice.
I'll see how it is.
Because it's like...
You wouldn't want to ruin the fun we have here on my channel.
No, it's just like I, at a base level, don't like the genre. It's mostly, I don't really like the defining features of the genre. Like the things that what you've told me like have to happen in a romance for it to be a romance.
People
I don't really like.
Just end up together?
Yeah. I don't want to know the end of the story.
You know what the fuck happens at the end of a fantasy. Every genre has genre conventions.
I literally don't know what happens at the end of fantasy. Especially when it's like a series, right?
Anyway, Hayden's unfun, and I think we can all make note of that. What a disappointment he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I finally got the email I need, y'all. Yeah, I guess I'll see y'all back at home. And I say that, I'll probably just talk to you tomorrow when we start ripping down the Christmas shit.
It's the first time hearing of it.
Well, I mean, can't stay up forever.
I could, knowing you.
I always have my Christmas shit up before the first of the year.
No, but you just like Christmas, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I know.
We could keep it up all year.
That's...
And you would love it.
No, I wouldn't.
And so would Binky.
Binky would love it. I would not love it so much. Yeah, I mean, that's why I like Christmas, is because I can put it out in November, and then by the time the new year rolls around, I'm like, all right, let's put it up. It's been up for 2 months.
Okay.
I'm ready for some zesty decorating. I don't know what I'm gonna do to replace my Christmas decor, but I'll figure it out. It'll be really fun. Hello, friends. In my excitement, I forgot that right before we left, we got a candle delivery from Anchor Northwest, which I'm very excited about. I found out about them through Taylor Wynn, who did like a collab with them a while ago, and her candles with them were fucking awesome. So I decided to get some of their more regular scents, give them a sniff, because I've been looking for stuff that's like outside of the Bath & Body Works canon, and so is Hayden. He's not really into those sorts of scents. I really like their packaging. They have like 2 different kinds of packaging. They've got these amber glasses, and then they also have wood wick tins. I don't think these are wood wicks though. I'm not really a huge wood wick person. I don't hate them, but they're just like not my most favorite.
I like them, but they don't work well in my office.
These are the ones that we have. You can't really see them, but we're gonna sniff. So first up we have Boyfriend, which has notes of marine, pineapple, lavender, bamboo, dark musk, amber, vetiver, and cedar. I like it. It kind of just smells like mahogany teakwood.
Yeah. 100% that's what it smells like.
But like, who doesn't like mahogany teak? I mean, I like it. Hayden's like a little bit less into it now, but I like it. I also got Christmas Cottage, which is orange peel, cinnamon, ginger, cypress, clove, pine, and fir. It's very citrusy. I like it.
I like it too.
It's a little less heavy on like the sweet notes. So if you're someone who wants like a good fall or Christmas scent, but you're not super into like candied stuff, this might be a good one. I like it. Brown sugar and fig. This one literally just smells like brown sugar and fig. I like it. It's
way too sweet for me, and personally.
It's definitely, I mean, it is sweet and gourmand, so if you're not into that, maybe not for you. These are the more like interesting ones. So we've got Girlfriend, which is bergamot powder, sugar, lavender, vanilla, ylang ylang, amber, musk, and sandalwood. Oh, I really like that. This one is like much more unique than Boyfriend, but I think it might be too powdery for Hayden. It is a little powdery, but like I really like it. Kind of reminds me of the beach. Then we have Staycation, which is ozone, citrus, honeydew melon, violet, and oak moss.
Ozone, huh? It's alright. None of these are really for me, actually. Surprised.
I will say I do like the Taylor Wynn collabs more than these ones, but they do have more than just what I purchased. And then we have Sea Salt and Orchid, which is sea salt, ozone, jasmine, lily of the valley, green leaves, wood, and tonka bean. I like this. This smells like something that I don't know if Hayden will enjoy.
What does it smell like? What do you mean?
It smells like
I mean, I don't really like it that much.
It smells like Tiki Beach from Bath & Body Works.
Oh.
I like it. Honestly, I kind of agree. I like these, but I'm not like blown away. Like the way that the scents are described makes it seem like they're going to be like these really layered, sophisticated fragrances. And it is surprising again, because the Taylor Wynn ones I do think are that. These are good, but they're not as like, yeah, they're just not as unique, I guess, as I thought they would be.
Yeah.
That being said,
they smell like normal candles to me.
I like the packaging. I will be burning these in my home. I don't know if their normal candles give back. I don't think they do, but the Taylor Wynn ones did, which I liked. So I don't know. They seem like a good company. Oh, her collab, like,
oh, gives back. Oh,
gives back to like charity and stuff.
I didn't know if this was like a term that I didn't know what it meant. Like,
yeah,
a candle specific term.
But yeah, now I have more candles to add to the collection. Did I need more candles? No. But I think we're both like on the hunt for more unique fragrances at the moment. So if you have any recommendations for us,
yeah,
let us know. Things that are a little bit more outside the box, I guess. Like I like pretty much everything, but sometimes I do want something that feels a little sophisticated. Love the sounds of the voices and the little robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know if y'all want like a review on those or something. I mean,
What a robot?
I fucking love Mars.
In-depth review.
We ended up getting a second one, and it's awesome. Just having to like take out the shit bags and not having to scoop. I'm at 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Okay, I'm gonna burn a candle, which is probably not a good idea for my headache, but I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna sit in front of my Christmas tree and read. Good morning. Happy Saturday, my friends. I'm feeling very congested, as you can probably tell. I think I told y'all I discontinued birth control on Wednesday, and I have just been so confused about this whole process. There's going to be sort of like a fertility thing, I guess, talked about here. Mostly just like my cycle and or complaints. But basically, I have just been a little bit like irritated and annoyed with my clinic and the lack of like explanation. They don't need to explain every step to me necessarily, or they're not like obligated to, but I feel like because of how different everybody's transfer cycles are, I just wish that I had a little bit more explanation on things. I feel like most of the time whenever you're doing like a baseline ultrasound or anything like that, they tell you to come in on a certain day of your cycle, and this time they haven't really told me anything. They just said like once you discontinue birth control and once you have your cycle day 1, so like a heavy flow period, call us and we'll like set up an appointment. But I was never told like what day exactly I was supposed to come in, and I've just been like paranoid that I'll like wait too long, or that like, I don't know, something will just get messed up. I think that always happens before like a baseline ultrasound. I just get very paranoid and just like confused. But I guess the good news is that I woke up in the morning at like 3 a.m. with the most debilitating menstrual cramps. Oh my god, they were awful. It's been a while since I've experienced that, probably because I've been on this birth control for so long, back to back with no like cycle stops. Basically, I've taken like 3 packs back to back with like no withdrawal bleeds. So those cramps really took me by surprise. So I think we're actually like on track kind of no matter what. But I'm also like, am I supposed to come in if I'm still bleeding? I'm not really sure, because like usually on the 3rd day of my period, like I am still bleeding, even though I've been bleeding like this whole time. Oh my god, like so much blood. Like how am I still alive? I did get those links figured out. I think I told y'all that last night, but yes, I was able to pay for my cycle. That's like a whole nother thing. I don't really need to get into the details, but yeah, because I am no longer employed, we have to pay for cycles out of pocket, and that's pretty much everybody's experience, I would say. Most people do not have fertility benefits with their insurance. I am now unfortunately like privy to that and get to know what that experience is like, and let me tell you, it's not fun. It does make me just so fucking grateful though for how everything is shaken out in life and with that last job. Even if that last job shook my confidence and maybe was not the best environment for me, thank the Lord that I got my egg retrieval paid for. I was actually just getting some bills from my insurance. Basically, I had like supplementary insurance, but they billed through my regular insurance. I got to see the prices that they billed my insurance for, and my god, like I'm so glad I'm not actually responsible for paying for that, because that is insane. And if you have paid for any IVF treatment out of pocket, I feel for you and I love you. I actually got so enraged yesterday. I saw a thread that was like, maybe if people are asking to donate to an IVF fund, maybe like you're not capable of being a parent if you like can't afford IVF. And I'm like, do you understand how expensive IVF is? Like for one round, start to finish, it's like $30,000. Like even wealthy people can't afford to just like conjure $30,000 to maybe have a chance at a baby. Just the whole thing just enrages me. And I think that's another thing that's like kind of scary, is the fact that like now that I am paying out of pocket for this, I mean, I did have to pay a little bit for the retrieval, but not nearly as much. Now that I'm having to pay out of pocket, I'm just like so hopeful this works. And that's just like another added layer. Like not only do I want to be a parent, duh, and I want this to work, but I would have to pay again for this. It's just lots of thoughts and feelings and emotions. I will say though, you know, I was talking about this at the beginning of the vlog, this feeling of like anxiety that's debilitating, that doesn't allow me to do things. Surprisingly, that actually hasn't happened, and that feels really, really good. And I actually know that this is technically the worst time for me. I'm fine actually with medical treatment, at least that's what I've come to know. I'm not good with fear of the unknown. So like once I'm doing the vet prep, the actual treatment, like I'm not gonna be excited about it, but like I'll still be able to get stuff done. It's the time before where you have no idea what's going on that you're kind of like, or at least for me, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck's happening? I've still been productive, and I'm kind of proud of that. So kind of having to like shift around what I want to do. The weather is really nice. There's not a cloud in the sky, so I do think I want to take some pictures, especially since, I mean, you can't really tell. I'm probably gonna do a little bit more like polish on my hair, but hair's looking decent and my skin's not terrible. So I feel like I should take pictures for social media today. Thinking about that in the car actually, on our way back from McDonald's. We usually do McDonald's on Saturday mornings. I was thinking about how ridiculous it is in some regards to like take pictures for social media. I think it has me reflecting on like what I want this year to be. It's like on the one hand, I'm proud of the work that I put in to like my channels, and I don't ever want to be like apologetic or feel bad for being as enthusiastic as I am and like wanting things to be a certain way. On the other hand, 2024 is the year of no aesthetic. Can I just say that? Like I am going to be making my social media cute. Like I want a cute headshot picture, mostly because I have to look at that every time I like read comments and like look at my channel. I have to look at myself, so that's gonna happen. But 2024 is the year of no aesthetics. I was thinking that to myself. I bought a pink phone case, which like never would have done a year or two ago, because like I'm a beige girl and like beige is in, you know what, I don't give a fuck this year. I think that that is just the vibe. I think that also goes along with like me not having any health and fitness goals this year. This year is about like treating ourselves with respect and not necessarily constantly seeking self-improvement. Like I want to work hard professionally, but I don't want to like improve myself. We don't always have to be improving ourselves. And I think it's pushed on women a lot too, that like we constantly need to be changing ourselves. And I'm just like, no, I'm just not vibing with that this year. This is the year of like being me. And I don't mean that like you shouldn't try to change bad habits or like, you know, you shouldn't try to be a better person every year, like a kinder, sweeter, more forgiving individual. But like, I'm just like not really looking to like look better, be sexier, have the perfectly done house. Like I just, you know, we're living in, I don't want to say squalor or anything or like filth, but let's be realistic. That's what this is, you know what I mean? Being apologetic about not wearing makeup or about like lack of perfectionism. I think that's what it is. No aesthetics, no perfectionism in 2024. Anyway, back to topic at hand. Definitely going to take some pictures for social media. I think I might set up my planner today. I need to do it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get out my little like tabletop stand and film that video. Maybe I will. I need to take some Christmas decor down today. I just know it's gonna take forever. I think my hesitation with not starting today is that I know that I'm gonna need more containers for things. I did get some more garlands this year. I was pretty good about not buying too many things, but I did buy some new garland, and so I do not have a container for as much garland as is in my house right now. So I'd like to kind of take things down, start putting things in buckets, and then kind of know what I need to buy at Target. Also need some TP from the Target, so probably make a trip tomorrow. I am just so excited for the thumbnail for this video because I just know it's going to be full of book covers. I started Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I'm 10% in and it's really cute. Our main character, Amma, I think her name is, and her mom has been divorced like 15 times, or had like 15 weddings, and so she's really familiar with the wedding industry, and now she is a wedding planner. She's finally gotten her big break because this like famous, I guess, influencer girly is getting married to a lady, and they want to have Amma as their planner. This is kind of hard for Amma because her ex-boyfriend is a florist and is hired for the same wedding. We haven't gotten any interaction between them first, but I like the setup for the book. I am liking the level of, I don't want to say introspection, but kind of like, this is such a big contrast to Dragged to the Wedding, which I felt like had no internal dialogue for any of the characters. This, I really am feeling the internal dialogue. Like, I'm sympathetic to Amma, not necessarily like someone who wants to get married herself. She's kind of a cynic about love, so I love that. I love that setup, and I think it's going to be a fun book. So I think I'm going to probably put AirPods in, clean my house a little bit, well, clean this bedroom while I listen, because I still have not unpacked from New Orleans, and I really need to do that. There's just like stuff everywhere in here. As much as we're throwing out aesthetics, as much as we're throwing out this need for perfectionism, I don't really want to live in filth and squalor, so I'm gonna go change that. Hello besties, good morning from me, your favorite pale girl. As you could see yesterday, we did end up taking the Christmas decor down, which I feel really good about. I was actually taking it down here to show you. It just feels so empty and like quiet in here, but also I'm kind of loving it. We do still have a few things out, mostly because, as I was telling you, we do have to go and get some more storage bins for the garland. So I will say it was reassuring to be able to put almost all of our Christmas decor back into the containers. I was really concerned and curious to see if stuff would actually like fit and if I would need like a ton more, but thankfully almost everything fit except for this right here and this right here, the garland that is on our mantle, which feels good. Now I'm like kind of inspired and or want to, I don't want to say redecorate, but kind of revive this area. There's a few things actually that I need to do in here. So number one, and I think I might have shared this in a vlog on my other channel, I am finally replacing this like underlay sort of rug situation in here. I love doing a double layered rug. It is one of my favorite things. I just think it looks aesthetically so nice. But the double layer rug we have, I initially got it to replace a jute rug because jute is horrible with pets. If you have pets, do not get a jute rug. One, I feel like they tend to be dusty anyway. That'd be kind of gross. But additionally, if a cat throws up on it, it's game over. You can't clean that. So I was like, oh, I'll get a jute lookalike that's 100% cotton and it'll hold up better. And it has technically, like, we can clean this with our carpet cleaner, but because of the way that it is woven, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but basically it just gets really snagged on and I don't love that. And it's just looking really dingy. So I'm replacing it for the second time, but I know for a fact that this one is going to be better and I'm really excited about it. We used to have a indoor-outdoor rug under our round dining table before we replaced our dining table, and that rug, amazing, 100% amazing. If you have pets and you like the look of jute, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description because it is just amazing. And I think it's actually going to complement the tone of this rug a little bit better. So if you have not been along for the journey, we used to have a round table in our dining space, but we are replacing it, or we have replaced it with this rectangular table. There's going to be 3 chairs actually right here. They're going to be these chairs. And then on the other side, the opposite side, there's going to be a banquette. We're still waiting for the banquette to come in, unfortunately, but it's just going to be a really cozy dining space. And my, I guess, inspiration in doing that was to make our home just generally more cozy because there's a coziness issue here. We have really high vaulted ceilings, which are beautiful, but like make the space feel a lot less cozy. I don't know. I've just been like nesting, like pre-nesting. I'm not pregnant, but I would love to have just like a cozy place to raise a kid in. So anyway, that was kind of my inspiration behind doing it. So what was I even saying? Oh, replacing the rug in here. Very excited about it. I think it's going to be really good. And I think the color match is going to be much better because I feel like this one's very yellow and the rug we got is more brown and there are brown notes and brown tones in there. I think it'll look nice. Fingers crossed it looks nice. So that's like number one. Also, I have never shown y'all this and this is gross and I'm just going to show you. This gets gross. It does. I am so glad that we have a slip covered sofa and I will never go back because cats are gross. They have runny butts sometimes. It needs to be washed. We're washing the couch today, which is actually good because once we take the cushions off this couch, it makes it a lot lighter and we can like move it for putting the rug down, the new rug. So yeah, those are like the main things that like we need to get done today, but also I kind of just want to do a little bit of a refresh down here with like decor and stuff. One of my favorite things to do is to switch out my pillow covers and to switch out little decor pieces. Another thing, I think I've showed y'all this before, but I have a secret hiding spot for all of my decor pieces I've collected over the years. They're all in this closet up here. So I have all of these like vases and stuff. So anytime I'm feeling like I want to refresh, I can come in here and just like grab something. I do, you know, donate stuff that I think will never work again, but I try not to purchase things that I don't think I can reuse and repurpose. So anyway, I want it to still feel like winter down here. Like I'm not necessarily trying to already decorate for like spring, but I think maybe I might switch out some of this brown for something a little bit more lively. I have this really pretty, I think it's like magnolia blossom pillow cover that I think would look really pretty down here, but I do need to get rid of some of the like more overtly Christmas stuff to make that happen. So anyway, it is like I think 10:30, 10:40 and I have sprints at 11, which I am excited about. I do sprints on my Patreon, which are like hang out kind of reading time with me every Sunday at 11 a.m. CT and then every Monday 5 p.m. CT and then throughout the week. But I'm gonna do that and then after that I'll kind of collab with Hayden and see what he wants to do. But he was very helpful in helping me get down the Christmas stuff. He wasn't feeling great yesterday. He was having some hip pain, but he was able to help me. So today I think I just want to like get all the rest of the stuff done. Hopefully my plans are realized. I feel like I've had such a productive week this week too, and I feel really good about it. Let me grab my phone so we can go into the bedroom. I actually came down here to do my makeup, but yeah, I feel like this week has been much more productive than expected. I just feel like I am more satisfied with the things that I'm doing, even if those things are not actually like that amazing or like profound, I guess. I've been doing just so much reading, which feels so invigorating. I've been getting stuff done around the house, even if I haven't done absolutely everything. And I think I like that attitude. Like instead of getting disappointed with myself, I'm feeling good about the things I have gotten done. Again, like I think I'm on my like 5th and 6th book of the week, which is amazing, even though I DNF'd one of them, but just excited to have done that and to have gotten the Christmas decor down. I still haven't set up my planner. I still haven't gotten those headshots done for my channels, but it's fine. Like I just feel good anyway. So I'll probably get those done at some point next week. No biggie. I will probably do some like time-lapse fun movie magic for some of the read decorating and cleaning that we're gonna do. And then maybe I'll take you along to Target because we're gonna go and grab some bins. I'm trying to be good and not spend very much money on like decor pieces and like kind of frivolous things right now, but I would really like to get a wreath for above our kitchen sink, or just something for above our kitchen sink, because at the moment I really don't have anything for up there and it's kind of driving me wild since we like took all the Christmas decor down from in there. I usually have some sort of like seasonal wreath up, whether it's fall, spring, summer, whatever. I feel like I don't really have anything for this season, so I might be on the lookout for that at Target, but I'm gonna be good otherwise, hopefully. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup, do my sprints, and I will be back in a little bit. Well, hello friends. I wanted to pop in because we're trying a new recipe today. This is a soup. What's the name of this one? Like creamy vegetable soup or something like that? And she looks pretty good, and I'm gonna test her out. She's got like cauliflower, something orange.
It's got cauliflower, sweet potato, squash, bell pepper, onion, tomatoes, navy beans, coconut milk.
It smells really good. It sounded like just fancy. I wanted something that was like kind of healthy because I feel like most of the recipes that we have saved or that like we've enjoyed are pasta. And I love pasta, don't get me wrong, but I just thought we'd like maybe eat something healthy. We have been fairly productive today. I didn't end up washing the couch like I wanted to. I'll probably do that over the next like couple of days because it takes a while. We got home at like late, like 3 maybe, not late, but it was gonna be too dark for us to like do stuff down.
Like it kind of has to be on a day where we don't leave to go do things.
Yeah, basically. So we'll do that at some point next week. But exciting things, I did end up getting bins at Marshall's for some assorted things in our life. Anyway, I took y'all in here earlier to show you all the shit that I had up here. But look, I reorganized. And I'm very proud of this. I basically put everything we own into like these clear bins and organized everything, and I'm very happy about it. I just feel like it looks a lot less disgusting in here. Yeah, we put everything in clear bins. Everything is in its proper place. Got a bin for the puppy pads, which I have to use on the sides of litter boxes so my cats don't pee on the wall. Just a really glamorous lifestyle, but yeah, everything I feel like looks pretty good in here. Cleaning supplies. Oh, also I bought the dog's new bowls. These are not them, but I'm excited about it. There's just something so gross about plastic to me. When it comes to pet stuff, so I bought them some metal bowls to eat out of. But anyway, that was my productive day. We did that and then we put the garland away. All the assorted Christmas stuff, so it's very empty in here and very loud, but I think it'll be nice once I put out the new stuff. I did order a couple of pillow covers, but I didn't go crazy and I decided to like look at what I already had before buying stuff. Oh, also one final thing, I did get a new wreath for up there. It was one of the spring wreaths from Target, and I feel like it looks pretty good and isn't too specific, so I can like use it in the summer and stuff too. So anyway, let me take a bite of the soup before I leave, and then we can talk about books after I'm done with this, because that's probably what I'm gonna do tonight is read some more. I was listening to the audiobook for Big Little Lies, and I'm like 60% in, so I'll probably listen to more of that and then pick up Love Redesigned. But before I do that, let me get this. It smells coconutty.
It's probably just because of the drizzle of like coconut on top. To me, it doesn't taste coconutty like it.
Oh, okay. Quite vegetal. It tastes just kind of like tomato soup, I would say, but like less tomatoey, a little less acidic than like a typical tomato soup. But it's good. It's very like comforting. Like there's definitely enough flavor, but it's like mild. It's not like in your face. It's not too acidic to anything. I think it's just like nice and mild. I don't know. It's nice. I made Hayden toast us some bread because I just feel like bread's an essential if you're gonna have like a soup that is like doesn't have particulates in it. You know what I mean?
I don't need it personally, but I understand that you do.
I like carbs. But I'd recommend this. I'd probably add this to our Notion. Like, I would eat this again. We made enough, I think, for 2 meals. Mm-hmm. Look at us. We're not normally leftover people, but we do leftover soup.
It's just hard to make a small amount of soup.
Mm-hmm. And soup reheats well. I just don't really like reheated chicken. All right, well, I'm going to finish my soup, and then I'll see y'all in the bedroom for reading books.
Whoa.
All right, so I realized I haven't talked to y'all about 2 books. Okay, that is fucking terrifying. I wish I could move my camera, but I'm too nervous to. Daddy's like up on top of my shelves. And he like stared down menacingly. Anyway, we haven't talked about 2 books, so let's talk about 2 books. And then I'm gonna take a delightful bubble bath and read a book. Love Redesigned. I'm gonna get in there with my Kindle and I'm gonna pretend that anxiety just doesn't exist. And I am cool, calm, and collected, and I'm not scared about getting wanded tomorrow. Anyway, the 2 books. Forget Me Not. I finished yesterday, I finished last night, and I liked it. I was kind of between a 3 and a 4 star on this one. Also, I was definitely mispronouncing the heroine's first name. It's not Amma, it's Amma, like Amaryllis. This was tough for me because I feel like whenever I read the synopsis of a book, right, I'm not always 100% tuned in, but when I am tuned in, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that I'm going to like the book. Well, duh, obviously, like just because you read a synopsis doesn't mean you're going to enjoy the book. But in this particular instance, the synopsis tells me that our heroine is going to plan this wedding and she has to work with an ex who is a florist, right? She's a wedding planner, he's a florist, whatever. And I liked the idea, but I think the execution was a little bit lacking for me, mostly because the entirety of the story is about wedding planning. Wedding planning is stressful, and a lot of the tone of the story was a little bit stressful. Like the heroine was never really having a good time. It felt like she was always kind of stressed out, and that like increases over the course of the story, which was like, not my favorite. And then I felt like there was too much time spent with the wedding planning, which I know sounds silly because that's what the synopsis says the book is going to be about. But a lot of synopses say that a book is going to be something, and then the execution is not really that thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, or it's like less intense. I was really hoping for the hero and heroine to have some like hangout moments or moments kind of outside of the wedding planning sphere to sort of rekindle their relationship since they're exes. But that didn't really happen. It was always in the context of the workplace, and I get it, but I don't feel like it lent itself well to getting us to understand why these two should be together. And I think that's why the author employed flashbacks, but I actually don't think the flashbacks worked very well, which is weird to say because I normally love a good flashback. But the characters are kind of just hooking up in the past, and then in the present we're supposed to be like, oh, y'all should be together, and I didn't feel that way. I don't know. The saving grace for the story was the ending of the book. The ending of the book was really sweet. I liked the sort of like a grand feeling of it. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking poorly about this book. I didn't dislike this book, obviously. I really enjoyed the beginning of it. I liked the setup. I liked the internal dialogue, but there were just a couple of things that made this not perfect for me. So it's like a 3.5, 4-star read. Anyway, I know a lot of people love this, and I'm just very particular. So if you're looking for a good romance, a good solid romance, I think this is a good choice. And this is this author's debut, so I can only imagine that her stuff's going to get better and better over time. So excited about that. Less excited about Big Little Lies, which I don't think I talked to y'all at all about, which is interesting since I'm like completely done with it. And it is a long ass audiobook. Big Little Lies is about children. It's about kindergartners and their mothers and the relationships of the mothers. It's not the same or that similar to The Whispers by Ashley Audrain, but it is similar in that it has multiple women's points of view. It's really about the inner workings of the relationships between these mothers and parenting and like, I don't know, whatever. I'm reading this one for a video that I'm doing on my main channel at the end of the year, and I shouldn't spoil it, but I'm going to. I'm going to be reading the 76 most popular books or most read books of the past decade. I have not read very many of them, but I want to. Those are the kind of popular books that I want to read. I don't want to read like, you know, the shit that's like coming out right now. I mean, I do, but like I mostly want to read stuff that's like kind of universally loved and like see if it's worth your time, you know? Because you always hear about these books and everybody's like, oh, you have to read that. But like, do you actually have to read it? I'm going to let you know at the end of the year. Anyway, I can tell you that this one is not one that I think that like you need to go out and pick up because I don't feel like it did anything particularly well. I think a lot of people thought this was clever and funny and twisty, and I just felt like I saw the twist coming from a mile away. Kind of liked the characters, like they did kind of make me laugh. I liked Madeline. I thought she was fine. I really felt for Jane and Celeste, but it just like wasn't, it didn't need to be as long as it was. I don't know. This is one that I don't understand the hype. There's so many amazing mystery thrillers out there, and I'm assuming the appeal for this one is because it has that like domestic sort of feel to it, and if you just want to hear people like being bitchy towards each other about shit that kind of doesn't matter, not that domestic violence doesn't matter, that definitely does, but like, you know, the goings on of an elementary school kind of like mommy PTO thing, like maybe that'll be entertaining to you, but I don't know. And I'm someone who's normally entertained by that shit, but this one, I don't know, it just like, it didn't have enough surrounding it to like really do it for me. And maybe it's a case of this book came out at the right time and there just weren't very many books like this out there at the time, but there are other books out there like this now that I think are better. And again, I think The Whispers actually is kind of a better take on the story. I don't believe The Whispers has domestic violence in it. I'm like pretty sure it doesn't, but I think it does the kind of like bitchy sort of like close-knit community sort of thing, betrayals sort of thing a little better. I don't know. This is just kind of blah, not my favorite. So I don't know, like if I had to rate it, like I get maybe like 3 stars. It was fine, but definitely not worth the page length and or listening time. I think it was like 16 hours, which is a long audiobook. I'm used to 9-hour audiobooks. I'm a romance reader. What can I say? It is Sunday night, my friends. As I sort of mentioned, I am increasingly anxious. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm always like, something's gonna go wrong, something's gonna go wrong. And literally nothing has gone wrong up until this point with my fertility stuff. I almost feel bad. Like, it's such a mind fuck. I almost feel bad for being anxious because nothing has gone wrong. And I know stuff does go wrong for other people. And like, why am I feeling like this when I historically haven't had problems? You know what I mean? I saw a Reddit thread a while ago about how just like infertility is trauma. And I guess I've like tried not to frame it that way for myself and tried to tell myself like, oh, you have it easy. And like, it hasn't been a big deal. And I think compared to a lot of people, it hasn't been a huge deal, but that doesn't mean that it's not hard, obviously, and that like it doesn't consume a lot of my thoughts. I am really grateful though, as I was telling y'all, that like I've been feeling a lot better. I mean, I think this is probably the most nerve-wracking part for me. I would say, despite feeling some anxiety for the retrieval, I had a feeling it'd be successful because of my statistics, because I have PCOS, all these things, and it went about as well as it could. But with this, it is that binary, you know what I mean? Like with an egg retrieval, there is a spectrum of like success and versus failure. Like it's not a black and white yes or no. You can have 1 embryo, you can have 10 embryos, you can have 0 embryos. Like there's so many different, outcomes. But with this, it's like you're pregnant or you're not pregnant. And even if you're pregnant, who's to say you're gonna stay pregnant? So yeah, I don't know, it's mindfuck. But I am gonna do it. It is what it is. I'm just like, I'm trying to be honest, I guess, and like candid about it because I don't know, I've appreciated that in other people's infertility content, and I don't want y'all to think that my content on this channel is going to be all about infertility or anything. It's definitely not, but whenever I'm going through these particular things, I want to share them. I'm honestly just looking forward to getting her done. I mean, I'm sure I've said that a few times, but I'm ready to get it done and then like not have to think about it anymore, because like I guess that's a good thing with pretty much anything, is like once it's done, it's done. So if I'm pregnant, cool. If I'm not, then I'm not pregnant. Like that's it. I can be sad about it, but at least it'll be over. I don't know. Why am I like this? Like, why is my brain like this? Anyway, like I said though, I was texting my friend. We were talking about celebrities, and I don't know, the topic of baby names came up, and I told one of my best friends the baby name that we're using. I haven't told very many people. I have not told any family, and I will not be telling any family. Actually, I'm like feel more comfortable telling friends versus family because family judges. You know what I mean? Family's gonna tell you don't name your kid that, and we don't need that. But yeah, Hayden and I will probably end up talking about this later on, but we have had our kid's name picked out for a while. I don't know how it came to me. I was like, I'm someone who like loves combing through baby name lists and is just like really into that. I like really unique names, not strange or made up, like, amalgamations of names, but like I like kind of unique sounding names that are a little less popular, such as Chandler, or my sister's name Spencer. And I found this name and I was like, oh my God, I love this. And I had a feeling that Hayden would love it too. And so I told it to him and he was like, yeah, that's it. Like, we're done. So we have our kid's name picked out, and it is a stunningly gender neutral name, even more gender neutral than Chandler. So I love it and I cannot wait to use it. And I think that's another thing that's just like, tough, I guess. I think what I've heard is that like sometimes if you have like an attachment to a name or like a particular gender, or like the gender of your embryo, that can be like, it can make it more real and like also more stressful if it doesn't implant, or like if you lose the pregnancy. But I don't care. I like the name and I'm just like excited for insert baby's name here to be here. Anyway, I need to take a bath. I need to hop in my bath. I actually got some luxury bubble bath for Christmas from my parents. They did a really good job this Christmas, like on not a lot of things, but like very intentional good things. I mean, granted, I put the list together, but like I asked for some Joe Malone bath oil, which is so fucking expensive. I think it's like $75. Like that is insane, but such a great gift because it lasts forever and it smells amazing and like what a treat. So I'm gonna go enjoy that, because guess what you can't enjoy when you're pregnant? Steaming hot, scald your skin, bubble baths. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will check in with y'all tomorrow morning before my baseline ultrasound, and I'll let you know if I have any more thoughts on Love Redesigned, and then I'll start the next vlog. I like the idea, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this for every vlog, but I just love the idea of like where one vlog ends, the next one picks up. Okay, I'm gonna do a brief aside before I leave. I am someone who loves series and just loves getting attached to things. Like when channels do Vlogmas, when they're numbered, I eat that shit up. I will watch them in order. And so I love the idea of like you being able to come to my channel and like pick up wherever you want, but also if you want to start from the beginning, they're all numbered and you can like come along every week of my life. You know what I mean? Sounds pretty fabulous. I don't know if it's gonna happen in reality. Let's be real, life happens, but would be quite cool. So I'm gonna try to do that while I can. Anyway, gotta go take that bath. See you tomorrow. All right, y'all. I did not, in fact, end up reading Love Redesigned. It's okay though. I'm gonna read it for the upcoming vlog and I'll give you my thoughts and feelings. I was just too stressed and anxious last night. I ended up just watching TikToks, which honestly definitely was not the move. I really should should have read because I think that would have helped my anxiety, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm back from my embryo transfer consult, and I will let you know more about that in the next vlog. But I wanted to say thanks for hanging out with me in this first weekly vlog. I had such a good time filming it, and I feel like I got a lot of good stuff done. I got a lot of reading done. I got a lot of stuff done around the house, and I'm just excited for this journey that we're going on together. Not to be corny, I kind of hate the word journey, but you know what I mean? Like, we're hanging out, we're doing things, and I would miss this, I think, if I stopped. So, I love y'all so much, and I will see you next week.